Okay, cool. I think we're live. Let me just check our group in the personal development and self-help group to make sure we're live. And this is going to be our first one that we do. Okay, so let's refresh, make sure everything is working properly. We don't want to be talking to the wall. Oh, there we are. Okay, awesome. So I'm live with Marcy Heil, and she's an intuitive career coach for women. And we were just chatting a little bit about what are some of the things that, that we do as women so that we can gain confidence and move forward in our businesses, in our lives. So my name is Mary Lenoff. I manage the group. I'm very happy to start doing these spotlights with different coaches and different people that want to share different things. I am an email marketer, an email copywriter. So that's specifically what I do, but I specialize in personal development more specifically. So anybody who's service-based, more or less, but I love personal development, and that's why I created this group, because it's such an important part of my life. It's such an important part of everybody's life, really. So I will be doing this weekly, hopefully. That's the goal, but I can't promise weekly. But our first coach is Marcy, and I will let Marcy introduce herself because the way that she explains it is actually way cooler than what I can do for her. But I'm very, very happy to have her here, and we're gonna chat a little bit about some of the things that we can do to grow, more specifically, intuitively in our careers. Okay, so Marcy, please let us know what you do, and I'll be looking at the chat. If anybody's watching, just make sure I know so that we can properly say hi to you as well. Cool.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Marcy Heil. I am an intuitive business coach for women. I use my own intuition that I've developed over the years to help women pinpoint their ideal business or grow the business they've already created into a more of a profitable structure. I have over 20 years of experience building business and using my intuition to run my business. And I believe that every woman has a natural sense of intuition and instinct that they can use and develop. We've just been told by so many people that we shouldn't trust our instincts, but really your instincts and your intuition are complete truth. They're your truth. They can't lie to you. It is there purposely just to tell you the whole truth of the situation. So when you learn to listen to that first, your path goes much more smoothly and you follow the right way. So that's what I do. I teach women to trust that and then help them build their business with it.
That's awesome. So yeah, a lot of times, and I see it because I'm also in marketing, obviously, I see that there's so many people that say, I've reached $100,000 in one day,
Right.
And that really sometimes can be very daunting because you're like, whoa, I'm barely making $2,000 a month right now. So maybe I need to follow whatever this person's doing. And it's so easy to stop what you're doing and just follow the goal somewhere else, or follow whoever else is doing something. So can you speak a little bit about that? What are some of the things that you help women or people in general when it comes to those types of issues that people are looking to be successful? They're looking for that next step, and they see these things make $1 million in less than a year.
Right.
Like, can you speak a little bit about that, please? Because I think a lot of people struggle with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think in our business, a lot of times we call it, shiny object syndrome or whatever, that
Yeah.
if I just do what they're doing, I'll do it. I'll be able to do that too. What we need to remember is that those people are selling that, they're selling that image. And even if it is true, sometimes it may be, sometimes it may not be. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's your path. You need to be able to outline and follow a course that is designed for you, keeping your values in mind, your integrity intact, because a lot of people don't lead with that. And I believe trust is a huge thing. I don't say anything that to people that I haven't either been through or helped somebody else go through, because they need to be able to trust me, and they need to be able to trust themselves. not everybody is great at sales calls or great at messengers or email, any of it, because each person has their own gifts that work better with a certain thing. Personally, I like to be on a face-to-face call because I can read a lot more in people's faces than I can just in their words. People train themselves to say things, but they give more away in their face than they realize as well. So I'm good at that, and I'm good at being able to tell people what people aren't saying. Because a lot of times in sales, they're trying really, really hard to hide something.
Yeah.
And there's always something that they're not quite getting hidden. So I'm good at picking that kind of thing out. And if someone is uneasy about a path that they're on to make this $1 million or whatever it is, they're not going to be as successful. It's not going to go smoothly. And then they'll get down on themselves that they're not able to do what this person did. Why? I'm just as smart as that person, but it's not your course. It's not your journey. You have to figure out what that path is for you and the best way to do it. And I can help pinpoint that.
Yeah, so I love that you said, you mentioned the word trust, not just with others, but with yourself. And we have Jessica who's watching. So thank you, Jessica, for watching. If anybody has questions or wants to ask something or have a comment, please post it, because I'm tracking the live as well, to make sure that we can get people's questions answered as well.
Great.
So you mentioned trust, and trust to me is a very key word, not just with other people, but also, within yourself. So what are some of the things that you can do to make sure that you establish that? Because I think that's a very part of the puzzle here.
It is. I think establishing trust is one of the first things you need to do, especially if you are going into the coaching business or working with clients of any kind, because if they can trust you in who you are, in what you say, then they're going to be able to trust you with the rest of it. I don't want to pay anybody anything if I don't trust at least that they know how to do their job, but more so that they are a good person and they have my best interests at heart. Yes, some of these bigger coaches, they have hundreds and thousands of clients, and I have a hard time believing that I can trust that because I'm just another number to them. So
yeah,
I go very deeply into the fact that even though I have more than one client, of course, each person is an individual, and that I know I learn as much as I can about that person. I do as much research as I can and check in with them regularly in their struggles, because especially with women and moms, it's not just them. They're usually doing it, to help their families. And you need to know that I care about that too, that we care about that too. So building trust and knowing that they can trust you with on their good days and bad days is a huge part of it. And you can just feel that in somebody, I think. And you need to know that instinct is what you should trust as well. If you don't feel that with somebody, then that's not your person. They're just not. So you need to find somebody that you can feel that immediate trust and instinct with. So
yeah, that's so important. And I love what you said about moms and women. Obviously, I love men, and men have, different ways of thinking, but I can really relate to it because I have kids, and obviously my kids are the most important part of my life. And you sometimes wonder, oh my God, when am I going to get to work, because I have to do all these things for them? Or if you have a partner or a spouse and you don't have kids, you still have things to do, right, for the other person. So it's not just moms. I'm not saying that.
right.
But and also men. I mean, I think men, I know you work specifically more with women, but just to bring it a little bit more for men, I think men also have can be supportive to in a family, or to help out, to communicate, to build a team with your spouse, so that you can develop that trust and continue that trust with that person, and also within yourself. But you spoke a little bit about trusting who you're working with, and making sure that your clients know who you are. What about trusting yourself? What can you tell us about that? Because that's very, very hard to do.
It is hard to do, because like I said before, we've all been so pre-programmed to listen to the experts, to listen to everybody else in all things. And yeah, there is a certain, we're not inherently born with knowing how to do everything. So you have to listen and you have to learn. But I know that women have been told that you have to do it this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the only way, and don't worry about anything else. But that instinct that's inside of you that says, but I could do it this way and then go this way, it would work better for me, is what they need to listen to. I promote that you can build your job around your life instead of building your life around your job, because my kids are the most important thing to me. They always will be. It doesn't matter how big they get or how crazy my life is. They come first. And yes, sometimes I have to say, okay, I'll go do that with you in an hour because I have to do this, right now. And they understand that there is work that has to be done. But this kind of work and every kind of work that's important for a mom should be built around that family unit, not the other way around. You can still follow your career and follow your life, but take care of your family first. That's your main goal. And that is what you should be able to trust, that instinct is okay. You don't have to push it all to the side to be successful. You can do both. So
that's awesome. Yeah. So in a way, you're incorporating the life you want to live. And I heard that quote somewhere. I don't remember exactly where, but it's making sure that you can be who you want to be, whether you want to be a mom, whether you want to be a world traveler, whether you want to be whatever you want to be, but incorporating it in a way that makes sense financially for you, because not everybody has to make $100,000 a month.
Right.
That might be someone's goal, but it might not be yours. You might just need, I don't know, $1,000 a month, and you might be able to make ends meet with that, and you'll be happy with that. So
Right.
it's more about that. Yeah. So I'm very interested to hear a little bit more about how you work with your clients. If there's like a framework or something that you would like to share with us, I think that'll be very beneficial for people who are watching. And by the way, we do have some people watching. So if you're watching, let me know so we can properly say hi to you. And if you have any questions, also post them in the chat. We'll leave this up obviously in the group as well. For Marcy to see if, in case somebody else has questions when they're watching the replay as well. So yeah, if you want to take us through kind of like a framework, that'll be very, very helpful so that people can understand what you do.
The first thing I do with anybody that I'm going to work with is that immediate connection call is so important. And it's not a sales call. It's just so that I can get to know you and you can get to know me. And before I even get on a phone call, I do research on the person, pre-search. You do a little friendly Facebook stalking, right? You look through their profile and you get to know them. I do it in an intuitive way, in a certain method, so that I'm not distracted by just the words. I look at the pictures first before I even read about their bio. I don't worry about what they do for a living. I look at the pictures, I watch a couple of videos, and then I kind of go a little bit deeper and read what they've posted and try to figure out what their business is from just that before I read anything, because it gives me an idea of the way that their mind is working in posting on online social media so that they can build their business. I need to see what way they're trying to do that and what's not working.
Yeah,
I can see that from that. And then I get on that call, and the biggest thing is just I ask a lot of questions. I want to know every little detail that they're willing to share, and I want them to know that they can share whatever they'd like with me. I truly am not at all a judgmental person. I don't have any biases on religion or politics or anything else. I'm pretty open to everyone. I do work with mostly women because that's who I tend to attract in my business. But even with men, I really don't have an issue with anybody. So I listen to all things and find out about their families and their jobs and what makes them happy and what doesn't. And then when I get all the answers to those questions, I start to go a little bit deeper and find out why they think one thing is one way and why another thing is another way, and let them tell me what they think they need help with. And in that, I can kind of pick out what they really are struggling with, even because usually it's not what they think they're struggling with that is the real issue. So just by asking certain questions in a certain way, I can pick out what we need to focus on first. And then we start from the beginning. Even if they already have an established business, I talk to them about branding. I talk to them about posting and strategies behind all of it. A lot of people are out there just throwing stuff at the wall and don't really know what to do. So, we go into all of that and then move on to platform development. And it works with any business, whatever they're selling, if it's products or services. If you start from that point of trust and building up from where they are to where they want to be, it works all the way through. So that's my framework.
Yeah.
I ask a lot of questions.
Great. No, I know it also resonated with me, because when somebody shares with me that they need help with their business when it comes to emails, the email is just one part of it, like how often you're emailing. It also has to do with how your brand presents itself when it comes to social media, when it comes to how you're showing yourself on your website and things like that. So, for me, it's very important to understand, like you're saying, what are some of the things that they're struggling with in their business, or what are some of the things that they want to improve, and where we see opportunities. I mean, it's very important to understand that, like you said, a lot of times people think is this, but it's the underlying factor of that. And I'm not there to coach them. I'm there to write the emails and give them the email strategy. But it does have to do with coming together as a team to be able to incorporate that. So what would you give, what is your one piece of advice that you would give to someone who might be struggling right now, and they're looking for guidance, and especially with what you teach? What is something that you would tell someone like that?
I would tell someone not to be afraid to ask for help. I mean, it's a little daunting because there are so many people out there that are coaches, and claiming to help. And yes, we all do on a level want to help, but not everybody is going to say, okay, you have to pay me $3,000 and then I'll help you. Or most of us we want to know what you're struggling with, and we will help to a certain level, just for that. There's also a lot of free information out there that you can get in a lot of different groups. My group, I post stuff weekly on try this, I've done this. But if you really want to get down to the heart of it, you're going to have to ask somebody for help. And it's probably going to involve investing in yourself by paying them to help you. Not everybody's prices are crazy, and it doesn't, most coaches have payment plans, but I would say go with your instincts, look around, find somebody who you can genuinely trust and that you think you will work well with and be able to talk to, be able to share with. Because if you can't trust them, if you can't talk to them, then they're going to get you 2 steps down the road, but then you're going to be in the same boat that you were in.
Yeah.
You have to be able to say, okay, yeah, you helped me with that, but now I'm struggling with this, can you help me with that? And so you need someone that can take you through the whole process and help you find out what it is that's really slowing it all down and not working out. So
that's great.
That's where I would start.
That's great advice. Thank you so much for being here, Marcy. This has been awesome, so that people know that your intuition matters, and that you need to work on your trusting yourself, trusting others, and being able to get your business off the ground or scale wherever that might be.
Right.
Is there any final words that you would like to say?
No, just, if anybody would like to talk, of course, I'm available, and my name will be in the group, and I'm posting or talking your group quite often as well.
Yeah.
So reach out and we can have a chat, and like I said, I'm pretty open to anybody. So thanks. I appreciate
Cool.
this. It's awesome that you're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully more people. I've gotten a lot of requests to do this. I'm hoping to do once a week. And I might be getting a little overwhelmed with a lot of people asking me to be on here. I might have to do some type of like Google form or something. So if you're watching and you want to be like Marcy, and you want to be a spotlight of the week, what we're gonna do is we're gonna post this video as an announcement so that people can watch it for the whole week. And if you want to get in touch with her, you can always connect with her on Facebook. She's part of the group. Everybody here who's going to be spotlighted is going to be part of the group. But yeah, just send me a message for now, because I don't have anything ready or a Google form. Just let me know that you want to be on this. I have a couple of people scheduled for the next few weeks, but we can always talk about how you can be part of this spotlight. And again, this is free. I am not asking for financial money right now. This is just to see how it's going, because I know we have a lot of coaches here, and I know we have a lot of people who need help. So just hearing a little bit of what Marcy had to say, for example, today, is probably going to help someone gain more confidence to move forward. So that's really the idea for this. We're going to keep it short. It's not going to be an hour long. It's going to be about 20 to 30 minutes. So if you're interested, let me know, send me a message, and we can take it from there. So have a good rest of your day, everybody, and I will see you next week when we have another guest coming. All right, take care, and bye-bye.